offering my advice because I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be social media, Instagram this. I don't know what it's like to be bombarded and have to be the breadwinner in the family and be a brand and be worried about what I do or say and everything else, or 24/7 being pulled in so many different directions and not knowing. I mean, throwing the fact that if I'm insecure, if I've got my own mental issues going on, who do I talk to? I don't regret being born when I was.
Right.
I'm in the right place at the right time. It's just been fascinating to watch these young ladies come up and now take the baton and take it to a different level.
You have to hear this. Just a moment ago, the legendary Cheryl Miller did something incredible. She finally said what millions of us have been thinking, but were too afraid to say out loud. Team USA never wanted Caitlin Clark, and the second she said it, the entire basketball world just exploded. Now, before we get into the details, do me a favor and hit that like button because this story is about to shake you to your core. If you love real basketball and you're sick of the politics, subscribe right now because this is the biggest expose yet. Cheryl Miller didn't hold back. She didn't hint or sugarcoat a single thing. She went live and laid out exactly why Caitlin Clark is constantly being ignored, benched, disrespected, shoved, and targeted. Her voice was sharp and unshakable when she said it. Caitlin Clark changed basketball, and that is exactly why they fear her. The internet went into an absolute meltdown because from day one, Caitlin has brought in ratings every league on earth dreams of. She brought millions of fans back to the women's game.
Personally speaking, I feel like she ought to be able to wear her 22. But nonetheless, it looks like she's making a big change, folks. There's a case to be made that Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark's 22 is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. I don't think there's even I don't think it's arguable at all. I just think when you think of far and away women's sports.
She brought families, kids, and people who had never watched a WNBA game in their entire lives. And what did she get for it? Vicious fouls, zero protection from the refs, questionable benchings, and a never-ending stream of accidental elbows and unintentional shoves. Cheryl Miller finally put a voice to the truth. Nobody inside Team USA would ever admit they don't want her because her star power completely overshadows everyone else. And this wasn't just her opinion. Cheryl detailed a pattern of behavior she's witnessed for years. Every single time a young superstar threatens the established order, every time someone becomes bigger than the machine pushes back. But with Caitlin Clark, she didn't just get big at 22 years old. She became the face of global basketball. And that, Cheryl says, is precisely why the powers that be inside Team USA never ever planned to make her the centerpiece. She said the quiet part out loud. Team USA is tangled up in the same toxic politics we see in the WNBA. Favoritism, veteran loyalty, and absolutely no room for a new star who wasn't built by their system. Caitlin wasn't one of theirs. She came from Iowa, brought her own fans, her own spotlight, and that threatened a lot of people. Cheryl confirmed that Team USA made up its mind months ago. The plan was simple: protect the veterans, keep the old guard in charge, and never ever let a rookie get the keys to the kingdom. Caitlin Clark was never going to be welcomed. She was going to be managed, controlled, and quieted.
Handled. Ultimately, it didn't matter because Clark was out, of course, with the groin injury. Let's just scroll down here because Sonia Cintron also was on the All-Star team. She wore 22. But the same can't be said for Team USA basketball, as players aren't allowed to share the same jersey number when suiting up for the national team. In fact, players are forced to wear a completely different number than what they're accustomed to on their professional teams. Caitlin Clark is going to wear number 17 at Team USA training camp. I'm going to tell you this.
But Caitlin refused to play by their rules. She just played the game the world fell in love with. And that's when Cheryl dropped the biggest bombshell of all. They were terrified she would become the undisputed star of Team USA before the Olympics even began. Just imagine that for a second. A 22-year-old rookie pulling in more viewers than 10-year veterans. A single player generating more buzz, more highlights, and more conversation than the entire roster combined. Team USA wasn't ready for that, and the system certainly wasn't built for it. So instead of celebrating her, they pushed back, and the fans saw it all. The cold body language on the court, the bizarre player rotations, the brutal fouls that were never called, and the constant media criticism for things other players were praised for. Cheryl put it perfectly. You don't treat the most impactful young player in the sport like this unless you're trying to send a message. And that message was crystal clear. Stay in your lane, know your place, and don't you dare climb too fast. But Caitlyn just kept climbing. Every game, every impossible shot, every sold-out arena just made her bigger. And every time she rose, so did the resentment. Cheryl revealed the gut-wrenching truth. Caitlyn Clark is being punished for being great.
Off season, with the front office we don't trust, we don't believe in, we can't believe anything they say, and we don't know what's really going to happen with Caitlyn Clark's health. This sucks, man. This sucks. I feel bad for Caitlyn because I know she wanted to be out there for the fans, to put on a show. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Man, just even the photos she posted, it's like, man, we was ready.
Millions of fans felt it in their bones. Parents saw it, kids saw it, even NBA players were tweeting about it. But nobody on the inside dared to speak up until Cheryl Miller. Then she dropped the second bomb, the drama over Caitlyn's jersey number. Cheryl said Team USA handled it horribly. Instead of having a respectful conversation and making Caitlyn feel valued, they made it seem like she was a problem for wanting something every athlete deserves. Consistency and respect. They made her feel like an inconvenience. And that's when millions of fans finally snapped. And the third bomb, Cheryl confirmed Team USA was completely divided over Clark. Some coaches wanted her, but others didn't. Some players had her back, while others couldn't stand her stealing the spotlight. Some executives loved the ratings she brought in, while others hated the attention. It was a divided locker room, with a rising superstar at the center of a massive storm. This was never about basketball. It was about politics. And you could hear the emotion in Cheryl's voice when she said Caitlyn Clark plays the game the right way, and she is being punished for it.
And as far as I was concerned, I was just glad to know eventually I wasn't the only girl playing basketball and balling, and playing at a high level. But it's been a blessing just to watch the women grow and watch the women find their voices, use their platforms, and finally get paid.
Right.
That's been, if anything, the flowers for me is to see their achievement.
That single line hit the entire nation like a punch to the gut because it wasn't just about Team USA. It was about this entire season. The hard fouls, the shoves, the constant targeting, the disrespect, the deafening silence from the league, the jealousy, the fake narratives, and all the relentless toxic noise.